just saying, like, it's kind of dimmer in here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I just want to, well, I can turn the lights up. That's what I can do.
Turning the lights up when you turn.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I think I have to tell it about turning the lights up.
Yeah, I think you do. I'm trying to find our space. Jim will be here. So we need to do this way. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, can you ever, everybody has their beacon, just have a look at it and see if the light is good enough, like high enough, just like it's bright enough for them. I can turn it up more if people.
No, leave it down. I can't see it. If I hit miss any notes,
You got less than
it's on him.
Not right now. I just wanted to see where we you guys needed. Van, that way one person. China scooter one.
And you got tenors.
You got tenors here.
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 Yeah, these two spots. Yeah, that'll be fine. You're good there. Like a bit.
Oh, Teresa's.
Oh, really? That way.
Carolyn's got to come in yet.
No, we were right here. At the dress rehearsal. At Full Arts Society. I told him. And then I was I didn't. An invitation like that from up here.
And that's.
Are you? Don't you want the basses in front, like to highlight the choir?
Good try. You're tough.
That sounds like Amy.
So you're saying we've got a new.
That's.
Off we go. Watch for the chords. Yeah. Yeah. So practice. Okay. No, we're not practicing. I just wanted us to get up. My elderly, so we can get.
I was being polite. Please help me.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to see you here this evening for this service of Loss and Light, this joint service between First Presbyterian and Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. I like to get a little rhythm into it. It is wonderful to see both of our congregations together, to see you all here. Looking forward to this evening. Hope it's a meaningful service for you.
Will you join me in shared breath? Take a moment to fully arrive. Darren is going to light our chalice. Unitarian Universalists, we begin our sacred time together by lighting our chalice. The chalice is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. It is a vessel filled with light. It is filled with the fire of love, the flames of justice, the embers of compassion. This light always there, ready to guide us home. Our words, the night is here and we are not alone. Take the words shared this evening, the music, the feeling of care, of community, of coming together. Let them be your life raft. Let them be whatever you need them to be. We are here. Our grief is here. God is here. Love is here. Take what you need. You are not alone. We are not alone. It is good. It is so good to be together. Will you join in singing our first hymn this morning? This evening. This is hymn 1002. Comfort me. Our first reading is from the book Lament for a Son, where author Nicholas Walterstorff shares what is essentially his diary in the following weeks after the tragic death of his adult son. Of what to say to someone in grief, of how to get close, he writes, "What do you say to someone who is suffering? Some people are gifted with words of wisdom. For such, one is profoundly grateful. But not all are gifted in that way. Some blurted out strange, inept things. That's okay too. Your words don't have to be wise. The heart that speaks is heard more than the words spoken. And if you can't think of anything at all to say, just say, I can't think of anything at all to say, but I want you to know that we are with you in your grief." Or even just embrace. Not even the best of words can take away the pain. What words can do is testify that there is more than pain in our journey on earth to a new day. Of those things that are more, the greatest is love. Express your love. But please don't say it's really not that bad, because it is. Death is painful. He writes, if you think your task as comforter is to tell me that really, all things considered, it's not so bad, you do not sit with me in my grief, but place yourself off in the distance away from me. Over there, you are of no help. What I need to hear from you is that you recognize how painful it is. I need to hear from you that you are with me in my desperation. To comfort, you have to come close. Come sit beside me on my mourning bench. So ends the reading. We have gathered here tonight with our mourning benches side by side, with the promise, with the hope of being close, of being together, of holding collectively what too often we are holding on our own, or we feel like we are holding on our own. Come and sit together as we invite grief and sorrow and heartache and relief and love and light, as we invite all of this in to sit with us as long as it needs. And for those who have come close, those who have sat with us, for the times that you have sat with others in that awkward perfection of the moment, right? That moment. And the nothing to say, but I am here for you moments. For you, we share profound gratitude. Throughout our evening together, we will be lighting candles to join the amazing flames that are already dancing around us. We will light candles together. We will have a moment to light our own candles in honor and remembrance for loved ones lost and for the love that remains. And for that, we light our first candle. We light our first candle for the presence of grief in our lives, in honor of those loved ones who are no longer with us, but the love that remains in our heart always. I invite you to join in singing our next hymn, Out of the Deep, and that one is on your order of service.
Hear this reading, a poem, Weariness Feels Like, by Reverend Sarah Speed. Weariness feels like an ache in your bones, or a slow leak from the heart, a leak that causes hope to pool at your feet. Weariness feels like the wind knocked out of you. All of a sudden, it's impossible to breathe. Weariness feels like an oversized coat. It catches on door handles and knocks over water glasses. You turn into a clumsy mess. Weariness can hit you all at once. When the phone rings, when the bill arrives, when the New York Times sends you an alert. But weariness can also hem and haw its way into your life, bit by bit, chipping away at resolve. And one short poem cannot change this truth. the weary state of our grief-stricken hearts. But one short poem can remind you, the one thing we so often forget, that I can wear your jacket for a while, and we can try to stop the leak in your heart. And if that doesn't work, then we'll stand under the night sky to look at the stars and remember that we do not walk this valley alone. We light our second candle this evening for all of the ways that when we welcome in the weariness of the world, our heart grows just as the flame grows from the wick. For the ways that we hold joy and sorrow and pain and hope all together, all at once, in ourselves and with each other. For the arms that embrace us, the shoulders that carry our jacket, and the help that we see in the world's beauty and kindness and possibility under a night sky together. I invite you to sing hymn number 1037, a sort of confessional for the ways that we often miss the opportunities to join others in their weariness and help others along. I will provide the spoken parts once I find it. For remaining silent when a single voice would have made a difference. For each time that our fears have made us rigid and inaccessible. For each time we have struck out in anger without just cause. For each time that our greed has blinded us to the needs of others. For the selfishness that sets us apart and alone. For falling short of the admonitions of the Spirit. For losing sight of our unity. For those and for so many acts, both evident and subtle, which have fueled the illusion of separateness.
We begin again in love always. This is the love of interconnectedness, that love that connects me to you, each of us to each other in this room this evening. Our next reading, a combination from Carly Yunt and Jess Reynolds. Sometimes words don't work. Sometimes a candle-lit room accompanied by the sound of rain says much more than the great philosopher. Sometimes pain is our greatest teacher. Sometimes those that gave us life try to destroy us. Sometimes time doesn't heal our wounds. Sometimes choosing life is harder than giving in to death. Sometimes our friends become our family. Sometimes healing hurts more than the injury. Sometimes we must let go in order to receive. Sometimes we don't live happily ever after. Sometimes we must create distance to find ourselves. Sometimes we must embrace our fear and sit in our grief. Sometimes tears come without reason. Sometimes it is better to receive than to give. Sometimes it is and, not or. Sometimes there is no explanation. Sometimes stillness is the best medicine. Sometimes breathing is all we can do. Sometimes we are shattered. Sometimes we are held. Sometimes we are held. In just a moment, all will be invited forward to light a candle in honor of loved ones, of grief in this season, in honor of the love that remains or of hope that is to come. As you light the candle, fix your eyes on the center of the flame. Look into the darkness at the heart of the light. Reach for the contemplative dark in your own heart, for the place where stillness sits, and do not shy away. Light the candle. Settle into the knowledge that this light is the same as all other lights burning in all other candles. Look through the flame to the places you have known and the places you have yet to see. Light the candle. Bring into being the flame that bore us all. I invite you forward to light the candle.
Should have stayed were the signs I ignored. Can I help you not to hurt anymore?
We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's light runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Will I do?
The reminders will the flow from your feet. Invitation, one more chance that you need.
And you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. If they say, who cares if
what a marvel each one of us is. What a marvel it is that we get to know and love and enjoy one another. What a miracle it is. All the light and life that we know from birth until we are wherever we are. Even in the midst of loss and grief, for those that we wish we could hear laugh once again, hold close once again, look at. The warmth that fills our heart in the memory is a light that also brings us some strange joy. For having known the marvel of each other. No matter how much it hurts to know compassion and grief, to feel loss, we also know it is the thing that keeps our hearts warm, that lights the flame inside of us, that keeps us loving and living. For we do not want our hearts to turn to ice. We do not want lives of stone and coldness. With all of the struggle, the weariness, the hurt that it takes to live with hearts wide open in this world, we choose to embrace the flame. We choose to hold on. Hold on to the marvel of the light in each one of us.
in black beauty. I have become the night, my rigid form can shelter and rest from bitter light. I am standing in black beauty, released from earthly care, whispered eons for my cradle, in starry reverent prayer. I am standing in black beauty.
Light our third candle for the flame that is each one of us, the miracle that is who we are, how we love, how we dance like these flames, how we too know moments where we feel like maybe there's not enough. So what do? We get closer and shine brighter. How beautiful it is when we shine together. So we light this flame in honor of that light. We light that flame for being human and wonderfully made, and these moments that remind us that sometimes, though our plans are great, the candles have lives of their own. How beautiful our imaginations are when we think of this gorgeous flame lighting from that candle that is representing how beautifully we shine together. And for our improvisational skills, right? Knowing that that flame is just as beautiful and important, as strong as the other one would have been. How beautiful we are together. I invite you now to rise in body and spirit. Join in singing our final hymn. This is hymn 1053, How Could Anyone? Thank you. You may be seated. We end our sacred time, these shared sacred moments, by extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish our chalice and trust and know that that flame truly cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each of us, reminding us that we are connected, held always in a larger love. That flame that we are invited to share with others as we go through our days. That flame that reminds us we can always come home, whatever home looks like, whatever that means to us. We are held in love always.
I don't know what benediction to add to what has already been the blessing of this evening. And I hope if you don't feel that way, then I failed at this part. I'm not having a good one. So sorry about that. But I simply say this to you. All that you heard this evening is true. Know it, believe it, hold on to it. And this simple charge, don't let the flame go out. In your heart, and make sure to nurture it and nourish it in all that you see, in everyone that you come across. You are a miracle. You are a burning flame. You are light and life and love, and it is marvelous to see.